So you can continue, Puneet, from here, not a problem. In the meantime,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
he can come, right? Okay.
yeah. Is the slide shifting? I mean, I'm just changing the slide. Has it
No.
shifted at your
So
end?
let me do one thing. Let me share the slide for it. Yeah, now it is coming. Thank you so much. All right,
Huh?
great.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
Fantastic. We're good to go. So
Thank
yeah,
you so
so
much.
today's session is about spirituality and meditation for business.
Please
Now we heard
recollect
about
एक
spirituality
बार
a little. Anubha, could you please mute all the participants? I'm
Yeah,
getting
there
this
is, I have
sort of.
already done that. Thank you.
Okay, great. Yeah, so spirituality and meditation specifically for business. Why so? See, we heard about spirituality, we've heard about meditation, and we know so much about business. Now, in general, the belief is that spirituality and business have got nothing to do with each other. I mean, if you've got to be a successful business person, then you cannot be too spiritual because spirituality is about being loosey-goosey, you know. It is about being goody-goody, and that's certainly not a requirement or a desirable if you want to succeed in business. So, in fact, so yeah, that's the very first question with for all of you. Aren't spirituality and business opposites? What do you feel? You can actually write in the chat. What do you think? Are spirituality and business similar, or are they opposites? What do you feel? You can respond with a yes or no in the chat box.
Great. So thanks, Puneet, for a great activity. So I request all of you to please use the chat box and share, are they opposite or are the same, and how is it different? Okay, so Mahindra says, no, it is not different. Shampa says they are opposite, but there is a connect. Fabulous. Manpreet says they are related. Vikrant says yes. Lakshya says yes. Terry says yes, it is connected. Ram says yes, again it is connected with the spirituality. They go in hand. Ankita mentions no, spirituality is integrated with every aspect of life as a human is. Amazing. Sanjay Ahar says no, it is related. Bhupendra Joshi mentioned yes, it is very much related. I'm just loving the responses the participants are giving. So great, thank you so much. I think Puneet, you can take it up from here. So there is a mixed views.
Yeah, very, very interesting. So some of you have said yes, they're opposites. Some of you have said no, they are not opposites. They are related, and so on. So let's keep the suspense going. We don't know. As of now, we are assuming that we don't know whether they're opposites or not. We're just asking the question. We're exploring the idea. Okay. So let's look at what makes them opposites. Fact is, business is about profit motive. Business is about performance. Business is about focus on numbers. You need to achieve market share. You need to have techniques, technologies which are there to ensure that production happens perfectly. None of this sounds spiritual to me, right? So there are a lot of you who have said, yeah, they are opposite. So in support, and I'm on your side. They look like opposites, right? Now, some of you have said they are similar. So in human existence is a part of spiritual, therefore they are related. Is there anything else that makes them related? What do you feel? Can we take the responses on this?
Yes, sure. So guys, is there any similarity? What makes it similar? If you can use the chat box and put it across. Empathy, Shampa says, very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Any other response? Okay. Knowing oneself. Vikrant says karma and dharma, both. Ram says being focused. The cause of driving both humans, which Ankita mentions. That's amazing thought again. Again, empathizing. Driving self is another one.
Okay, fantastic.
Great.
Exactly, from your experience, from what you. Okay, fantastic. So yeah, I mean, so you have some sense of why you think they are similar. Fair enough. So, let's go back to business for a moment, and we will talk about some aspects of business or some factors related to business, which are very important to running a business well, or the outcome of running a business well. So the very first one is creating success. I mean, why are you in a business? Why are you for that matter? You want to be successful, isn't it? Even if you're in a college or a professional degree that you're learning, or even a hobby that you take up on the side, you still want to be successful in it. So succeeding at something is so critical. Another aspect that we will take up as we go further in the presentation is this thing about creativity, because that's also very important for running a business well. So let's start with success, okay? And I will ask you a very interesting question about what creates success, okay? Now, Stanford conducted a study, and this study was conducted with 10,000 participants. This was a longitudinal study, which means it was conducted over a period of many years, maybe many decades. And Stanford asked these 10,000 people what in their life had contributed to the success in their life, and they gave them two options. Was it their domain knowledge or was it their soft skills? So, for example, domain knowledge for an IT guy would be, knowing algorithms, coding, and so on. That's domain knowledge, right? So, if you have to, and this is where we have a quiz right now, if you have to distribute 100 points between these two, domain knowledge and soft skills, what percentage will you give one and what percentage will you give the other for creating success? What do you think? Anubha?
Yes, great. Thank you so much, Puneet. So, guys, if you can share out your percentage differentiation for domain knowledge and soft skills. So, Manpreet says 65 for domain, Ranveer says 40-60. Amazing. Knowledge 40% and soft skills 60% by Vishali. Manpreet's mentioned soft skill is 35%. Vikrant mentioned 20-30, domain 70. Dilip Joshi 80-20, 50-50. Nipun mentions 40-60. Lakshya mentioned 30% to the soft skills. Ram Kulkarni says 40-60. Shampa says again 40-60. Hasselbel says 25-75. Mahindra says 50-50. Graj says 40-60. Zeri says 70-30. Okay. So again, there is a baggage of different thought process. Dilip says soft skills can be trained over a period of time. Now that's a very exciting thought has been shared by Dilip. What I see, Puneet, yes, there is a, the percentage variation and still no one has nailed it the right answer. So I think to you, I think you take it from here. So before we move on, Puneet, we can hear the participants are saying that your voice is coming up on a little bit cracky mode. Just take care of that. Okay, all to you.
Okay.
Yeah, this is fine now.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. So, well, when I was hearing the responses, I realized we are Indian at heart. We negotiate 50-50, 75-25, 20-30. So the fact is this, 10 years ago, when I used to ask the same question to people, most people used to say domain knowledge is more important and soft skills a little less. Today, I see more towards soft skills and a little less towards domain knowledge. I'll give you a little story here. Infosys recruited the top 10 CAs in this country at a phenomenal salary package. Within 6 months, they fired 8 of them. Why? Because those guys had all the domain knowledge, but not the soft skills. Right? Now, this Stanford study, by the way, going to it specifically, this was what the Stanford study found, that domain knowledge contributed only 12.5% to your success. It's soft skills which actually contribute 87.5%, give or take 0.5 here or there, 1090 or 1585. You can take it in that range. That's the split between the two. It is starkly in favor of soft skills. Take an example. We so many of us watch cricket, and we've grown up with it. And if you take two players, and both of them are phenomenal from India, one is Sachin Tendulkar, the other is MS Dhoni. Which one is a better cricketing player, who is a better batsman? Is it Dhoni or is it Tendulkar? There is no question. It is Tendulkar, right? So a better cricketer when it comes to rankings will always be Tendulkar for all times to come. He has all the records on his side. But if you see which one was a more successful captain, it wasn't Tendulkar. It was Dhoni. Why? Because he has soft skills. We have seen him lead people on the ground, whether it is managing that last bowler or managing pressure. You know, this is where that man delivers. He has the soft skills, and that is what makes him a better overall person and therefore a better captain.